Good morning, students. In our previous class, we have seen that the classification of industries is based on raw material size and ownership, in which raw material size we have already seen in our previous classes, and in under the topic ownership, we have seen that industries can be classified in private sector, that is state owned, and public sector, that is joint sector and cooperative sector. So in ownership we have seen and understood clearly that private sector industries are those industries which are owned and operated by the individuals or the group of individuals, whereas the public sector industries are owned and operated by the government. So, and example was given as Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. We have understood this clearly about private and public sector. Then joint sector industries also there, which is owned and operated by the state and the individual or the group of individual. An example we have seen Maruti Udyog Limited. Uh, then next we have seen about that industries based uh, divided or categorized on the basis of cooperative sector. That means those industries which are owned and operated by the producers or the supplies of the raw material from where the raw material comes. They, those people are only involved in this cooperative sector. An example you have seen is Sudha Dairy and Anand Milk Union Limited. Then another thing we have seen that the factors which affect the location of the industry and those factors which affect the location of the industries, that means the raw material should be there, availability of raw material, proper availability of raw material should be there, power supply should be good enough, labor should be present in nearby area only, plus capital, whatever capital used, money, bank and all should be there only, market area uh, to so that the finished good can be transported to the nearby market. So market area should be there, transportation facilities should be there, land should be proper for the putting up of industries, factories and all. So all these were the factors which help in the location of a particular industry. Then in the industrial system we have seen that the inputs of the raw material is there. Then as the input raw material is put, labor, cost of land, transport, power, and infrastructure. All this comes in the input for the industrial system. What we put for putting for building up an industry. Then it also involved the processes, the different type of stages in the industrial system, and this include the activities that convert the raw material which we have put as an input, we have given as an input in the industrial system. Those that raw material is converted into the finished product through the different process, and then finally we have understood that the output is whatever product in the end we get it, and whatever income we have made, we the whatever profit we have made from the output we had gained is the output of that industry. And in for that textile industry example was given, that input was cotton, human labor, factory and transport cost, whereas the process different stages for making the final good was ginning, spinning, weaving and dyeing or printing also, plus the output you get from this textile industry is in the form of shirt or any cloth you wear. Then industrial regions you have read about, that there are number of industries located to close to each other and they share the benefit of closeness. And major industries also you have read about it, that India has the several industrial regions, that Mumbai Pune cluster, Bangalore Tamil Nadu regions, Hooghly regions, Ahmedabad Baroda region. So all these are the several industrial regions in India you have read about. Then industrial disaster also we have read about the MIC, that is highly poisonous methyl isocyanide gas, which means which was leaked out on of the pesticide factory in pesticide factory of Union Carbide. And you have seen that much destruction was made uh, for the human life. Until now, people are suffering from this uh, uh, problems, many problems, which was caused due to the leakage of highly poisonous gas. Then another incident we have read about was of China, uh, where 243 people died and 9,000 were injured and 64,000 were evacuated. Evacuated means asked to leave their homes just because the due to the gas well blowout in Geokua. Then the risk reduction measures also we have seen that fire warning should be there. People should people staying near the vicinity of industries, near the industrial area, should be made aware about the storage toxins and all these reduction measures should be followed, so that less and less destruction or harm is made for the human beings. Then distribution of major industries, the world major industries. Now today we are going to start with this distribution of major industries. The world major industries are the iron steel industry, the textile industry, and the information technology. So which are the world major industries? These are the world major industries, that is iron and steel, textile, and information technology. The iron, steel, and textile industries are older industries, while information technology is the emerging industries, means the newly industry which has come on the scene. That is the information technology. And emerging industries are also called as sunrise industries. The countries in which iron and steel industry is located are Germany, USA, China, Japan, and Russia. Whereas textile industry is concentrated means is present, is located in India, Hong Kong, South Korea, Japan, Taiwan. These are the places, regions where textile industry is located. Then the major hubs of information technology. Major hubs means major centers for the information technology industry are Silicon Valley of Central California and Bangalore region of India. So they are the major centers for information technology. Next, now we will read about detail for iron and steel industry. Like other industries, iron and steel industry too comprises various inputs, process and outputs. That means various inputs you have to put many things for the iron and steel industries. Even different processes are there, different stages are there to get a particular output, the good which you obtain from different processes and the raw materials and all inputs. Then this is the feeder industry whose products are used as a raw material for other industries. So which industry is called as the feeder industry? So iron and steel industry is also called as a feeder industry, because by this iron and steel only the products are used as the raw material for other industries. These iron industry products are used for the other industries. That is why it is called as the feeder industry. The input for the industry include, now what are the inputs for the iron and steel industry? The inputs are raw material which such as iron ore, coal, limestone, and the labor, capital, site, and other infrastructure. So these are the inputs. Inputs means which you put to build a proper iron and steel industry. You need the raw materials such as iron ore, raw iron ore, coal, limestone, and then along with this, these raw material, you need human labor also. The capital, that means investment of money, is also needed. A particular area is needed to build that iron and steel factory or the industry, and other infrastructures whatever inside, other things are needed to build the proper iron and steel industry. All these things are input. And then the process for the iron and steel industry is whatever they are converting iron ore into the steel, involving many stages. Now the raw material which was put was iron ore, and now this iron ore through various stages through various processes, this iron ore is converted into steel, and the raw material is put in the blast furnace, where it undergoes smelting, and it is then refined. The output obtained is steel, which may be used by the other industries as raw material. So this steel can be also used by the other industries as a raw material. So this raw material as a iron ore is put into the blast furnace, which undergoes the smelting. Now, what is smelting? Smelting is the process in which metals are extracted. They are taken out from their ores and heated beyond the melting point, and thus this the process of smelting take place, and this iron ore is converted to the steel. Now, steel is tough and it can easily be shaped, cut, or made into wire. So, this steel is the tough material which can easily be cut, shaped, and made into thin wires. Special alloys of steel can be made by adding small amounts of other metals such as aluminium, nickel, and copper. So, special alloys, special materials, goods can be made by the steel uh, by adding small amounts of other materials such as aluminum, nickel, and copper. So, amounts of these metals can be added to the steel to make special alloys. And alloys give steel unusual hardness. Steel is a tough material, and alloys also give them unusual hardness, toughness, and ability to resist rust. Resist rust means जंग ना लगे, इसीलिए अलॉयज उसमें मिलाया जाता है ताकि वो थोड़ा सा टफ हो जाए, हार्ड हो जाए, एंड वो इजीली रस्ट नहीं लगे, उस पर जंग नहीं लगे इन कमिंग into contact with the atmospheric humidity and all. Then steel is often called as backbone of modern industry. What is called as backbone of modern industry? Steel. Almost everything we use is either made of iron or steel, or has been made with tools and machinery of these metals, and that is why it is said so that steel is the backbone of modern industry. Means everything which is prepared, every tool which is made, every machinery which is made, it is almost made from the iron or the steel. Ships, trains, now example is given: ships, trains, trucks, or autos are made largely of the steel. Even the safety pins and the needles you use are made from the steel. So, from the small things to the big, such a big things such as ships and trains, everything for everything, iron and steel is needed. Now, oil wells are drilled with steel machinery only. When oil is to be taken out, the drilling machine is used, which the drilling machine is made up of from the steel machinery only, and steel pipelines transport the oil only. Then minerals are mined with steel equipments. Farm machines are mostly steel. Large buildings have steel frameworks. So all this is the uses of steel. You can underline all this. This is the use of the steel. So steel is very important in day to day life, from the very small thing to the big things like ship and all, and even the drilling process and all. uh, this steel is needed. Iron and steel equipments are needed. This is the figure 5.6, in which you can see that iron ore to steel in the blast furnace. Change of iron ore to steel in a blast furnace. This is a blast furnace in which the iron ore, limestone, and coke is there put here. Then blast furnace here. Hot air comes from here. Then the molten iron comes in the here. Molten iron means the liquid form of iron, and here is the slag, the rough. Before 1800 AD, iron and steel industry was located where raw materials, power supply, and running water was easily available. Later, the ideal location for the industry was near coal fields and close to the canals and railways. So, this is the difference between the early years of the location of industry, iron and ore industry, and the modern days iron and ore industries are located. So, previously, it was seen that the raw material is available, power supply and running water is there easily available near the iron and steel industries. But nowadays, it is seen that industry near the industry, coal fields should be there, close to the canals and railways should be there. After 1950, iron and steel industry began to be located on the large area of flat land near seaports. Now, this iron and steel industries are being located near the seaports, and all these changes from early years till now is because by this time steel works become very large and iron ore had to be imported over from overseas, and that is why such type of drastic change has occurred in the location of the iron and steel industries. Now, the changing location of the iron and steel industry. Now, this is first year, the best location before 1800, that is near the uh, where the raw material was easily available, the power supply was there, running water was there. This was the earlier location in 1800, before 1800. Then the location after from 1800 to 1950 was this near the coal fields and close to the canals and rivers. Then now this is the modern day. The best location since 1950 is near the seaports. The India, iron and steel industry has developed, taking advantages of raw material, cheap labor, transport, and markets. So this is why the iron and steel industries have developed because of so many advantages in India. All the important steel producing centers such as Bhilai, Durgapur, Burnpur, Jamshedpur, Rourkela, Bokaro are situated in the regions that spread over four states, that is West Bengal, Jharkhand, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Bhadravati in Vijayanagar in Karnataka, Vishakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh, Salem in Tamil Nadu, and other important steel centers utilizing local resources. Means local resources have been used there, and that is why this is the main advantage is that resources are easily available to plant the iron and steel industries. Now in Jamshedpur, before 1947, there was only one iron and steel plant in the country, that was Tata Iron and Steel Company Limited. In short, we can say is TISCO. TISCO was the only uh, company which was before 1947, which was the only industry for iron and steel plant, and it was privately owned by the Tata. After independence, the government took the initiative and set up several iron and steel plants. So after the independence, now government had took mm, the initiative. Initiative means the work to set up the several iron and steel plants. Now TISCO was started in 1907. When was TISCO started? It was started in 1907 at Sakchi near the confluence of the river Subarnekha and Kharki in Jharkhand. So previously TISCO was started in 1907 at Sakchi near the confluence of the rivers near the river Subarnika and Kharki in Jharkhand. Later on, Sakchi was renamed as Jamshedpur. So, Sakchi was renamed as Jamshedpur. Previously, the name was Sakchi, but afterwards it was given another name as Jamshedpur. Geographically, Jamshedpur is the most conveniently situated iron and steel center in the country. So, if we see geographically, then Jamshedpur is the best place for this to put up the iron and steel center in the country. Now, Sakchi was chosen to set up steel plant for several reasons. Now, there were several reasons to put the iron and steel plant in this Sakchi region, Sakchi nowadays called as uh, Jamshedpur. Now, this place was only 32. What was the importance of this Sakchi? Why the iron and steel plant was opened here only? So, first important thing is this place was only 32 kilometers away from Kalimati station on the Bengal Nagpur railway line. So, it was near the railway station. It was close to the iron ore, coal, and manganese deposit as well as to Kolkata. So, another important thing, it was close to the iron ore, coal, and manganese deposits. Wherever these deposits were there, iron ore, coal, and manganese, and as well as to the Kolkata, it was nearby to the Kolkata also, which provided large market. So, large market was provided by the Kolkata. That is why in Sakchi, this was made. Iron steel plant was implanted. Then next year, Tisco gets coal from Jharia coalfields and iron ore, limestone, dolomite, and manganese from Odisha and Chhattisgarh. So these are the uh, we can say resources, deposits from where the Tisco gets the main resources, raw materials. So Tisco gets coal from Jharia coalfield and iron ore, limestone, dolomite, and manganese ore from Odisha and Chhattisgarh. So from here, these resources TISCO gets. The Kharkai and Subarnika rivers ensure sufficient water supply. So which two rivers are important there? Kharkai and Subarnika. These rivers, they provide a sufficient amount of water supply to iron and steel industries. Then government initiatives provide adequate capital for its later development. So later on, Sakchi, this iron and steel industries were developed more with the help of the government, because now government had provided loans and all to put more and more iron and steel plants, more and more industries in this region. In Jamshedpur, several other industrial plants were set up after TISCO, and they produce chemicals, locomotives, parts, agricultural equipments, machinery, tin plate, cable, and wire. So, after TISCO, many other industrial plants were also set up in Jamshedpur, which provide with chemicals, different chemicals, locomotives. Then agricultural equipments were also present there in those industries, and they also provided cable wires and all. Next, the development of iron and steel industry opened the doors to rapid industrial development in India. And now, as the government was also now helping, so the development of iron and steel industries opened the doors for the industrial development in India. Almost all sectors of Indian industry depend heavily on iron and steel industry for their basic infrastructure. Main things, important material, raw material is provided to other industries by iron and steel industry only. The Indian iron and steel industry consists of large integrated steel plants. Large integrated means a large number of steel plants together, as well as mini steel mills. It also includes secondary producers, rolling mills, and ancillary industries. So many types of industries, small as well as big, individual as well as integrated. They are there in India so as to accelerate the industrial system in India, to enhance more and more industries in India. Now, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is an important steel city in United States of America. Now, this was Sakchi, which is nowadays called as Jamshedpur in India. Now, we will talk about the United States of America, and there also steel city is the steel city of United States is there, that is called as Pittsburgh. The steel industry at Pittsburgh enjoy locational advantage. Now, locational advantage means proper locational facilities there to implant the steel industry over there also. Some of the raw materials such as coal is available locally. while the iron ore comes from the iron mines of Minnesota, about 1500 kilometers from Pittsburgh. So the location is so good that the raw material is available nearby only. And between these mines, the Pittsburgh is one of the world's best routes for shipping ore cheaply, the famous Great Lakes Waterway. So Pittsburgh is one of the world best routes also for shipping ore cheaply, means in the less money. The famous Great Lakes waterways is there present. Trains carry the ore from the Great Lakes to the Pittsburgh, and then the Ohio, the Monongahela and Allegheny rivers provide adequate water supply. So, water supply, raw material is easily available, water supply is in abundance for the industry. So, locational advantage is there for in Pittsburgh for any steel industry. So, today, very few of the large steel mills are in Pittsburgh itself. They are located in the valley of Monongahela and Allegheny rivers above Pittsburgh and along the Ohio River below it. Finished steel is transported to the market by both the land and water routes. So here land and water transportation system is also there. Land as well as water routes are there. So this location is very suitable. The Pittsburgh area has many factories other than steel mills. Many other factories are also there apart from the steel mills in Pittsburgh. These use steel as the raw material to make different products such as railroads, equipments, heavy machinery, and rails. These are the other products which are made from the raw material which the steel industries provides to them. Now, the cotton textile industry. The term textile is derived from the Latin word texture, which means to weave. So, what does the term textile means? Textile is a Latin word which means to weave. Now, cotton textile industry, weaving cloth from yarn is an ancient art. Means uh, it early days only weaving cloth is very famous. The cotton, wool, silk, jute, flax have been used for making cloth. So this for making cloth, cotton, wool, silk, jute, and the flax. Flax is also the material which is used for making of the cotton clothes. They are used for the cotton industry, cotton textile industries. The textile industries can be divided on the basis of raw material used in them. So this cotton industry can again be divided on the basis of the raw material which it is using. Fibers are the raw materials for the textile industries. Means the cotton fibers, different types of fibers are used as a raw material for the textile industry. And fibers can be natural also or can be man-made also. Natural fibers are obtained from wool, silk, cotton, linen, and jute. They are the natural fiber. And the industries can also obtain man-made fibers, and this include nylon, polyester, acrylic, and rayon. So these are the man-made fibers. So you can name natural fibers: wool, silk, cotton, linen, and jute. They are the natural fibers. And man-made fibers, which are made by man, they are artificial fibers. They are called as nylon, polyester, acrylic, and rayon. The cotton textile industry is one of the oldest industries in the world. Which is one of the oldest industries in the world? That is cotton textile industry. Still, the industrial revolution in the 18th century, cotton cloth was made using hand spinning techniques, that is wheels and looms. So cotton cloth was prepared by spinning of clothes through the looms and all, spinning looms and all. In 18th century, power looms facilitate the development. Previously, hand wheels were used, spinning wheels were used to make the cotton clothes. But now, slowly, as the development was made in the textile industry, also power looms came and it facilitated the development of cotton textile industries. first in Britain and later in other parts of the world. So first the power loom came in Britain and then in the other parts of the world. Today, India, China, Japan, and USA are the important producers of cotton textile. Now, India has a glorious tradition, good tradition, very appreciable and famous tradition of producing excellent quality of cotton textile. As you have known earlier, also that Britishers were mostly attracted towards the cotton clothes that was here present in India. Before the British rule, Indian had handspun and cotton woven cloth already had wide market. So before the Britishers came, the cotton cloth, the handspun cotton cloth in the early times had a big marketplace. The Indian has big means more importance in the market uh, as concerned with the cotton clothes. The muslin of Dhaka, the chintz of Masolipatnam, the calcos of Calicut, and gold wrought cotton of Burhanpur, Surat, and Vadodara were known worldwide for their quality and design. So these were the special clothes made by the Indian weavers, which were worldwide famous for its quality and design. But the production of hand woven cotton textile was very expensive, whichever the they were, people were making those clothes with their hand only, and that is why it was more, the textile was more expensive, and the time consuming was also there. More and more time was consumed in making of that particular piece of cloth. So hence traditional cotton textile industry could not face the competition, and that is why the traditional cotton textile industries could not face the competition from the new textile mills of west, which produce cheap and good quality fabrics through mechanized industrial units. So why our traditional cotton textile could not cope up with the western textile mills? Because in India still people were weaving clothes with their hand, they were not using the machinery and all, and that is why it was more time consuming, less quantity was produced in more time. That is why uh, in the west it was not compatible with the textile mills of the west, and in the west they produce cheap and good quality fabrics through the machinery. The first textile mill in country was established at Fort Gloucester near Kolkata in 1818, but it closed down after some time. So the first textile mill in the country was established where? Established at Fort Gloucester near Kolkata in 1818. The first successful mechanized textile mill was established in Mumbai in 1854. So, in India, first textile mill was established in Mumbai in 1854 and it was mechanized. Mechanized means machinery was used. The warm, moist climate, the port of importing machinery, availability of raw material, and skilled labor resulted in rapid expansion of industry in the region. And due to this favorable condition, the expansion of industry in this region, in the Mumbai region, was there for the textile industry. Initially, means in the beginning, this industry flourished in the states of Maharashtra and Gujarat. Previously, this industry, mechanized in textile industry, flourished in the states of Maharashtra and Gujarat only because of the favorable humid climate. But today, humidity can be created artificially also, and the raw cotton is pure and not weight losing raw material. So this industries has spread to other parts of India also, and thus Coimbatore, Kanpur, Chennai, Ahmedabad, Mumbai, Kolkata, Ludhiana, Pondicherry, and Panipat are some other important centers where now these mechanized industries have been flourished. Now, Ahmedabad is located in Gujarat on the banks of the Sabarmati River, and the first mill was established in 1859. It soon became the second largest textile city of India after Mumbai. Ahmedabad is therefore often referred to as Manchester of India. What is referred to as Manchester of India? Which state? The state of Gujarat, that is Ahmedabad, is referred to as Manchester of India because of the favorable locational factors were responsible for the development of textile industries in Ahmedabad. So Ahmedabad also first mill was established in 1859 and it was called as Manchester of India because of the favorable locational factors. The development of textile industries was there in Ahmedabad also, and Ahmedabad is situated very close to the cotton growing areas. This ensures that availability of raw material when the cotton growing areas are nearby only. That is why the textile industry will definitely get the raw material, that is cotton, from the nearby area only. Favorable condition, favorable climate is also there for spinning and weaving. Flat terrain is easily available, land is also suitable. So all these are the favorable conditions suitable for the establishment of the textile industries in Ahmedabad. The densely populated states of Gujarat and Maharashtra provide both skilled and semi-skilled labor. That means mm, both uh, but means proper skilled labor which know how to make the cotton cloth, which can know how to work for the textile industries, though skilled as well as non-skilled, semi-skilled labor is present in Ahmedabad. Well developed road and railway also is there. Transportation system is present for the textiles to be carried from one place to another. Thus, Mumbai port nearby facilitates import of machinery and export to cotton textile in Ahmedabad also. So that is why Ahmedabad textile industries had been flourished. But in the recent years, Ahmedabad textile mills have been having some problems. Now, several textile mills have been closed down. Some problems now arises in Ahmedabad also, and that is why several textile mills have been closed down. And this is primarily due to the emergence of new textile centers in the country. And this problem arose just because of the coming of emergence, means coming of the new textile centers in the country, as well as non upgradations of the machine and technology in the mills of Ahmedabad. That means new upgradation, new scientific machines are not being coming into use in these Ahmedabad textile industries, and new technology they are not using. That is why they are not making upgradation of their machines and all, and thus several problems had arose in these textile mills of Ahmedabad, and many new textile centers have been opened with new machines, new technologies, and that is why it had created the problem for the Ahmedabad textile mills. Now, Osaka is also an important textile center of Japan. This is important textile of center of Japan, also known as Manchester of Japan. Manchester of India was Ahmedabad. Here we have seen Manchester of India is Ahmedabad and Manchester of Japan is Osaka. The textile industry developed in Osaka due to several geographical factors. Now, here also many favorable geographical factors, conditions were there. That is why this textile industries has made flourished here in Osaka in Japan. The extensive plain area is there, ensure the land was available for the growth of the cotton mills. So plain area is there, plus warm humid climate is there for the spinning and weaving. Yodo river is also there, which provides sufficient water for the mills. Labor is also easily available here. So location of port facilities, import of the raw materials and exporting of the textile mills can also be done easily just because of the river and all. So the textile industries at Osaka uh, depends completely upon the imported raw material. Cotton is imported from Egypt, India, China, and USA, and finished products is mostly exported. Whatever the clothes are there which have been produced in this industries, textile industries of Osaka. They have been exported and a good market due to the good quality and low price of these textiles produced in Osaka. That is why through though it is one of the important textile cities in a country of late, the cotton textile industry of Osaka has been replaced by other industries. Though it is very important and cheap textile is available, but then also it has also been replaced, like Ahmedabad, it has also been replaced by other industries such as iron and steel industry, shipbuilding, automobiles, and electrical equipments and cement. So this like Ahmedabad, Osaka textile industries has been also replaced by other industries. Now for exercises, I will give it to you the in the PDF form. The question answers very short, short, long. Do it in the notebook because in notebook assessment 2, you have to submit the question answers of this lesson also. So I will ask you to submit the question answers of this lesson, the notebook work, and the tick the correct answer. Fort Gloucester is located in California or West Bengal. You can note down here West Bengal. Which one of the following is the natural fiber? Natural fiber is jute. Jute is the natural fiber. Then raw materials are cotton and you can mark cotton and steel here. Raw materials, cotton and steel, and products, shirt and safety pins, tertiary activities, banking and transport, agro-based, dairy industries, and cotton textile industries. Then cotton industries, uh, pottery and basket weaving, and cooperatives Anand Milk Union Limited and Sudha Dairy. So question answers and all I will send you in the group, and even I will upload it on the student portal. You can check it from there. Okay. Till then, read the lesson. If any doubt, you can ask me. So that's all for today. In our next class, we are going to start with the history lesson. So be prepared with the history book in our next class. Thank you.